this morning we'll talk to South Africa's most exciting young musician, Saucy C.Y.K. Now, with his unique sound that blends authenticity with a touch of fantasy, Saucy C.Y.K. is making waves in the music industry with his authentic sounds and relatable vibes. And he joins us now this morning. Saucy, a very good morning. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Good to have you, man. Now, you describe your music style as authentic and relatable. Just take us through what inspires your songwriting process.
Well, what inspires me most through this process is that I grew up in a poor upbringing. So I try to express that upbringing by showing at least through my music, by showing how I grew up, how the environment that I grew up is like also. Then I try to put fantasy in it by at least expressing through, how do I say it?
But what are the elements, though, that make you, express your background and where you're from?
Well, what I can say is that most of the elements is hip-hop, basically. I come from a hip-hop culture, like from a family of musicians.
Right.
So mostly, that's what boosts me.
And we're just talking off camera, and you say that you come from a hip-hop background, and hence it inspired your choice of genre, it inspired your choice of lyrical content. So how do you then balance the realistical and the fantastical elements in your music to evoke emotions in your listeners? Just said, like you said, it's a bit of fantasy.
Well, the way I can put it is that, okay, as an artist, there are times where when I write coming from my own background, from my own emotions. Then the way I blend in the fantasy is by at least trying to put myself in somebody else's position. That's how I blend in the fantasy. Usually, sometimes it's not always about me, it's also about the listener as well.
Okay. So usually, what are your emotions that you hope will just rub off on your listeners?
Well, the genres that I do is, in hip-hop, I do R&B and soul. So those are the emotions that I try to evoke the most.
Okay. And in the process of writing your music and expressing your background and your emotions, what are some of the challenges have you encountered? Is it the songwriting process? Is it getting a record label? Just what are some of the issues that you've had to grapple with?
That's been the main issue, trying to get a record label. Trying to make it in this music industry is really hard, I won't lie.
I can imagine.
Yeah, because there's a lot of artists now. There's a lot of people trying to get in the game and all that. So it's really hard trying to get into this game. So that's one of the issues I have. Trying to get a record label also is hard because most of the people, trying to put yourself out there when there's so much competition, yeah, it's difficult.
And how did you get around that?
Well, honestly, I can say that it's through family and friends who've been supporting me. Okay. They've been helping me. There was a moment, I won't lie, there was a point in time where I almost quit music. I was like, you know what, it's not for me. Maybe that's why they're not choosing me. But then, because of family and friends, they pushed me, they told me, one day you are going to take this cup.
And I suppose it expresses and reflects, your strong character, because so many artists easily give up. And I've seen so many artists giving up when they're just about to hit the finish line.
True. Like my mom always tells me, patience is key. Yeah, so if you don't have patience, it becomes difficult to chase your dreams, basically.
Okay. Now, have you been under pressure to, to just adapt to the new genres that we're seeing in South Africa?
Yeah, I have, especially amapiano. I won't lie, I have. They've been trying to tell me, since I also have like a good voice, so they've been trying to tell me that, no, why don't you just jump on this? But unfortunately, I just stick to what I love, which is writing and music and hip-hop, basically.
Do you regret the decision?
No, I never. No, I don't regret doing rap.
Okay. And do you think it still has a place in South Africa's music landscape?
Unfortunately, because I can see also it is declining, but it still does have a place. It depends on your listeners, basically.
Yeah.
Other people listen for trends, but then there are those listeners who actually listen to what the artist is trying to portray.
What makes you think it's declining, though? Because hip-hop is so, I would say, it's deeply cultural.
Well, it is cultural here, all over, basically. But here in South Africa, it's declining because of this new genre, this amapiano and whatnot, So it's making it hard for us as rappers to try and showcase our talent.
Okay. And what's next for you? I mean, can you share any upcoming projects that you're working on and those that are up your sleeve?
Well, there is an upcoming project that I am working on, but I won't tell for now.
Yeah.
All I will say is that just wait, be patient for it. Maybe before the year ends, I will drop something.
So your recent project, is it a single, is it an EP or an album?
Well, I'll describe it as a project. It's something I was just working on to try and push myself, try and show myself that, you know what, 2025 is yours. So it was just something that to encourage me to do what I want to do.
Okay. And just considering that emotion is at the center of your music and your musical style, so what was going through your mind as you worked on this particular project?
Well, the main focus or the main point that was going through my mind is that I have to get in the game.
Yeah.
I have to introduce Saucy C.Y.K to the world.
Okay.
That's what was going on through my mind. So it's like an introduction to me, basically, introducing myself to the people.
Okay.
Since I've been rare and I haven't been showcasing.
Introduce yourself to us. Who is Saucy C.Y.K and where did the name come about?
Well, Saucy C.Y.K is a young rapper from Palm Ridge. I grew up in Rehoboth, then I moved to Palm Ridge.
Okay.
So from there, I started writing. My father is an English teacher, so I took it from there, the writing.
Right.
Yeah. So I started as a rapper, C.Y.K, which, okay, it was Crazy Young King back then because I was still young.
Crazy Young King.
Yeah. Then after I started adapting, I started seeing that, no, man, I can sing as well. That's when the name Saucy came by.
Okay.
Yeah, so I tried to put flavor, try to mix both of them. Like, okay, rapper and sing as well. Saucy C.Y.K.
Keep pushing, man. All the best, eh?
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Well, that was Saucy C.Y.K sharing his insights and creativity with us this morning.